He thought my login would give him access to gold. It gave him garbage. I watched him build a $12 million client presentation on fake data. Then I watched him crash and burn from the front row. This is the story of how I used 6 dummy files and a little patience to end the career of a man who tried to erase mine. My name is Natalie Cross. I'm 36, single, and for the last 6 years, I've been the invisible architect behind every successful data project at Adara North. According to my performance reviews, I'm exceptionally reliable, but lacking executive presence. Translation: she does the work, but we can't picture her in the corner office. I've rebuilt projects from ruins, at 3 a.m. on weekends, during holidays. When the Peterson account imploded because someone merged databases with the wrong keys? I fixed it overnight. When a pharma client's predictive model collapsed due to corrupted data. I rebuilt 18 months of analysis in 4 days. No one ever asked how. They just took the credit and moved on. The thing about being invisible is, you see everything. I've watched 27-year-old MBAs present my frameworks to the board like they came up with them. I've heard my exact solutions pitched back to me in meetings, by people who couldn't explain a single formula. I've been passed over 3 times for team lead. The feedback: Natalie needs to develop leadership skills. What they meant was, Natalie doesn't play golf with the CEO's son. Our office, floors 15 to 18 of a glass tower in downtown Seattle, exposed brick, kombucha taps, a shrine to tech culture. My office, windowless, tucked between the server room and a supply closet. Perfect, no one stops by. Then came Horizon Outfitters, a $30 million contract to rebuild their entire data infrastructure and design predictive models for 500 retail locations. It was the kind of project that made careers. Awards. Promotion. S. Case studies. Naturally, I assumed I'd do the work while someone else took the spotlight. I was wrong. During the kickoff meeting, Marcus Chen, our CEO, looked straight at me. Natalie will be instrumental to this project's success, he said. Her expertise is exactly what Horizon needs. For 1 second, I believed I might finally get the credit. I started sketching project timelines, team structures, even dared to imagine myself leading the client pitch. But that same week, HR announced a strategic hire, a poach from our biggest competitor, someone brought in to elevate client engagement. Enter Chase Darrow, Harvard MBA, a LinkedIn profile full of buzzwords, a smile polished enough for a VC firm promo video. Chase had supposedly rescued 3 startups, led a Fortune 500 transformation, and given a TED Talk titled, Authentic Leadership in the Data Age. He walked in Monday morning like he owned the building, $2,000 suit, perfect teeth, and enough confidence to power a city. Marcus introduced him at the all hands. Chase will be leading our Horizon engagement. He brings a fresh perspective. Natalie will support the technical analysis. Support. That word. It meant I'd be buried in spreadsheets while Chase took the stage. My name would be a size 8 footnote on slide 47. Chase showed up at my office that afternoon. Didn't knock. People like Chase don't knock. You must be Natalie, he said. Heard you're the data genius around here. It was the kind of line you memorize from a leadership seminar. He leaned against my doorframe like he owned the air I breathed. I've got some killer ideas for Horizon, he added. It's gonna blow their minds. I nodded and smiled. Inside, I was already calculating how much of my life I'd waste fixing his killer ideas. And I was right. It started with small requests. Send me the historical data. I need the segmentation analysis by EOD. Then, forwarding client emails with nothing but handle this at the top. The breaking point came at 4:37 p.m. on a Thursday. I was deep in a predictive model when Chase barged in. I need your login for the Horizon folders, he said. Not asked, said. I looked up. Those are my working files, they're not ready for client eyes. I know what I'm doing, he said, already walking away. Just pull some charts, email me the creds. I stared at the screen. 6 years of being overlooked, 6 years of others presenting my work. Something inside me shifted, not rage, no, this was colder, sharper, it was calculation. That night, I created a new folder, Horizon Final Reports, NC. Just my initials, barely noticeable. Inside, 6 beautiful, broken masterpieces, not fake, just wrong. A retention analysis showing 22% growth, that was actually a 78% loss. A revenue model using Australian dollars, unconverted. A segmentation file based on 2014 data, completely irrelevant to Horizon's current customers. Each file was flawless on the surface. But buried inside, silent landmines. I emailed him at exactly 5 o'clock p.m. Here are the credentials. You'll find everything you need in the Horizon Final Reports folder. Chase took the bait instantly, downloaded everything. By morning, he waits as presenting my flawed dashboards in team stand-ups. I spent all night crunching these, he said. Some really fascinating trends. Sarah from Analytics raised a hand. Is that churn rate right? We're losing 80% of premium members. Chase smiled. Sometimes, data reveals uncomfortable truths. He kept going, slide after slide of beautifully broken logic, and I sat there, quiet, taking notes. He had no idea. For 3 weeks, I fed him more data, each file a trap. He shared them with Horizon, presented them to Marcus, even submitted a conference abstract with my sabotage charts. But I had everything: Slack messages, emails, IT logs, metadata, version histories. Every time he renamed a file to strip my initials, the system saved a version. Every time he copied from my folder, it was logged. I also kept building the real reports, correct models, clean logic, actionable insights, stored on a secure drive, documented line by line. The truth, waiting. 3 days before the big client meeting, I overheard Chase on a call. These numbers are rock solid, he told Horizon's CFO, personally verified. He was standing outside my door. Loud on purpose, a power move. I opened my documentation folder, all 248 pieces of evidence, and I sent it all to my personal cloud, my email, and to my attorney. In case there are questions about the integrity of the Horizon analysis, I wrote. Then Friday afternoon, Chase strolled by. You'll be at the presentation Monday, right? He said. In case they ask technical stuff. Oh, I'll be there, I replied. Right in the front row. Perfect. Monday morning, Horizon's conference room, floor-to-ceiling windows over Lake Michigan. Chase arrives early, confident, charming. The room fills with executives, CFO Margaret Walsh, CEO James Morrison, serious people, sharp people. At 9 a.m. Chase begins. Slide 1, my dummy customer model. Slide 2, fake retention analysis. Slide 3, revenue projections built on fantasy dollars. Then Margaret interrupts. These numbers don't align with our internal data, she says. Can you walk us through your methodology? Chase stutters, repeats buzzwords, tries to bluff, and then Marcus, our CEO, turns to me. Natalie, could you clarify? I stand, calm, unfold my leather portfolio. I'd be happy to, I say. Then I connect my laptop and show them the truth. The real models, clean, logical, documented. I walk them through the discrepancies, the data errors, the manipulated timestamps, the version history showing Chase copied everything, including the mistakes. Silence. Then Margaret speaks. We were considering a $40 million rollout based on this analysis, she says. Had we followed it, we'd be stocking parkas in July and flip-flops in December. James Morrison adds quietly, this could have bankrupted divisions. Chase is pale. Marcus turns to him. Is this accurate? Chase tries to speak, then doesn't. I hand out printed reports, chronological logs, screenshots, the whole timeline. No one says it out loud, but it's over, for Cha. See. After the meeting, Marcus asks me to stay behind. We'll need to review everything, he says. I nod. Of course. 2 days later, Chase's office is empty. His name removed from the system, the abstract withdrawn from the conference, quietly, no press, no drama. But word gets around. A week later, I'm promoted to Director of Data Architecture, full team, full authority, first project, Horizon, and the best part? Now, when they say Natalie will be instrumental to this project, they mean it.